I have a long love of video games. Mario, Zelda, Doom, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, both on PC and console. But now, as an adult, I have more of a love-hate relationship with video games. Why? Because I've experienced extreme video game addiction. Twice! The dark side of video games. And I'm going to share with you how I solved it both times. Spoiler alert, my solution was not pretty. The first time was way back during high school summer vacation. I was playing Fallout Part 1, and for almost 2 weeks solid, that is all I did from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep, aside from my mom calling me to eat lunch and dinner. And after 2 weeks, I realized it was seriously crazy. I looked outside and saw the golden glow of a beautiful day, yet I was stuck in a loop, burning through days in the blink of an eye. I was working hard, earning gold coins and loot, but every evening when I turned off my computer, those things stopped existing. After 2 weeks, I had the realization how I was just flushing my life down the toilet. Even though I love video games, but this was just too extreme, it was too much. And so I made the very difficult decision to simply delete the game, erase all my save files off the computer entirely. All my effort, my special guns, and the money I had earned. Toast! Or should I say, toasty! I realized that I personally was not able to exercise moderation in this case, so I just deleted it all. Boom! Gone. I couldn't go back to it now unless starting from the very beginning. As I said, it was super hard to pull the trigger, but immediately afterwards, it felt like being pulled out of the Matrix, waking up in the real world. Whoa. Like you just came out of a dream. Alright, where were we? So anyway, in this first case, going cold turkey was what worked for me. But the second case was a little bit different. Many years later, the second case of video game addiction I experienced was much worse. And this time it was just a smartphone game, not even PC or console. Can you guess what game it was? I'll tell you in just a sec. But first I'd like to point out, I heard there could be a genetic component to addiction. I don't know if I believe that or not, but you might say some people at least are more prone to addictive behavior. So if you realize that's you, just probably need to exercise more caution around things like this. So here's what happened to me in the second case, and more importantly, how I managed to gain control once again. The game, in case you were able to guess it, is Clash Royale. I never played these smartphone games before. I didn't think they were that big of a deal. I mean, just games for plebs. Nothing serious like PC or console. But I got my taste of humble pie when I experienced how addicting these games can be. I was addicted to this game for a year and a half. It is the most addictive game I've ever played. Like drinking pure mind sugar. I would literally be laughing out loud sometimes while I was playing this game. Going from one moment angry and cursing the sky to the next minute a huge smile and laughing. I also got so good at this game. I felt my deck combination was super unique and creative, and I was proud of my skill in the game, like some kind of elite athlete, only in the digital world. Before I tell you how I solved this second case, I just want to make it clear how bad it got. I would sometimes get in bed around midnight and start playing the game and tell myself, okay, I've been playing for 30 minutes now, just one more match. The matches could be anywhere from 1 to 4 minutes maybe. That match would end and I would say, alright, I know I said that, but just one more. Just one more? For like 6 or 7 more hours. Sometimes I'd play till 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. That's when you know you have a problem. I have the screen time app on my phone, so I was able to look and see I was averaging 6 to 7 hours per day. It wasn't always in that midnight stretch of time. It could be throughout the day too. But the worst thing about this is that I was constantly lying to myself. I would say 1 more game, and then I would play 5 more games. So I was training myself not to believe my own word. For the first time, I understood how those people at the casinos feel, stuck at the poker table all day long, playing the slot machine, like a zombie. So now that I've painted a picture for you how bad it got, and this again was for over a year, let's talk about the solution that actually worked for me. And it was a little different than the first time around. First, here are the things that I tried that did not help that you might think would help. Put a comment below if you were about to suggest one of the following things to me which didn't work. Number 1, the first step is recognizing that you have a problem. No, that didn't help me. I very clearly understood that I had a problem, but I kept doing it. Number 2, why don't you set a timer? Have you tried that? the timer goes off, I just keep playing. How about one of those screen time, screen control apps on your phone? I tried that too, but every time it would pop up, I would just bypass it. Maybe if there was some version where you were literally locked in and you could not bypass it, but at least on the iPhone, they don't have anything like that yet. And here are the two things that actually helped me stop playing Clash Royale on my phone like a maniac. The first one is extremely counterintuitive, but hear me out. I paid for upgrade packs. Yeah, I know. This is like a free game. That's part of it. It's just for fun. It's for free. I've never been a person to like put real world money into video games aside from maybe purchasing them the first time. But this was just a free, fun app on the phone. I wasn't the kind of loser who was going to be dumping my money buying upgrades. But eventually, I did, and I was. I bought one $5 pack. It got me some gold coins I could upgrade my cards. That was fun. Suddenly you start beating people and moving up to the next level. Then a couple more times I bought more upgrade packs, between $5 up to even $25. I would say the total number of upgrade packs I bought was about 4 overall, but the last one being like a bigger $25 purchase. And I think there are 2 reasons why this helped me. This is like 50% of the reason I was able to quit it, was because I don't like wasting money. To me, dumping $25 on a free iPhone game is a big waste. I do not feel okay with that. It's something I would only allow myself to do a few times. So I had this feeling of, okay, this is like a once-off special treat. It was amazing. I was with the $25 pack, I was able to upgrade all my cards. I was at the top. I was annihilating people even more than before. I was going up the levels. I was opening so many treasure chests. My fingers were getting tired. I was almost getting bored of opening all these treasure chests to get the rewards. And here's the key. Somehow I was able to get to some sort of peak, like some mountaintop where I was up there. And I could see what it felt like to be on top finally, you know? And I could see that it was basically just the same thing over and over and over. Somehow, quickly accelerating past where I was before allowed me to gain this awareness. I was able to see the matrix and see the patterns. And I also think the video game developers create these addiction loops on purpose. And so originally I was kind of in this channel that they'd created. I was inside of there, but like making this unexpected purchase bust me out of there and help me be shocked and see it. See how it just goes on forever. So that was counterintuitively 50% of the reason I was able to stop playing this game, and the other 50% was uninstalling the app from my phone. Now listen, I had an online account, so I wasn't going to lose anything I had earned over the time. I could always install it again and continue where I left off. It wasn't like that first game so many years back on the PC. That was utter annihilation of all my progress. But in this case, uninstalling the app from my iPhone actually helped. Because part of the issue with these phone games that are addictive is that it's just like 3 seconds to launching it. You just reach over, you launch it, boom, you're in the middle of it. So anytime you get an impulse, just a little desire to play just for a little while, it is so easy to immediately get into that. But when it was uninstalled from my phone, I'd literally have to go to the App Store, I'd have to download it, I'd have to wait. It was enough of a speed bump to stop me to be like, okay, do I actually should I do that now? So listen, this surprised me that it helped so much. I did not expect uninstalling the app was going to be some big solution. I was just desperate, trying different things. But over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I kind of maybe installed it and uninstalled it 2 or 3 more times, but eventually I was able to uninstall it and be done. Okay, so those are my game stories. Now listen, I don't claim to be a master psychologist and understand exactly why this all works. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me, what actually worked, not just some theory. In the first case, it was deleting the entire game in the save files, going cold turkey. In the second case, it was buying some add-ons that let me experience the peak experience of that game, like a finale. Maybe that's what it was. I felt like I got to experience the end of the movie. And then deleting the app from my phone so there would be much bigger of a speed bump from just the thought of, oh, what about that game, to launching it, creating a time delay there that can slow me down. It was enough to help me get a grip and stop playing the game. And anytime I think of Clash Royale now, I think of like snake venom. It's like, ooh, no. No, thank you. And I even try to change my mind to just think about something else. Because as they always say, if I say pink elephant, it's not really easy for you to avoid thinking about a pink elephant right now that I'm saying pink elephant. But if instead you tried to fill your mind with a different thought, like a green snake swimming through the sea next to a pirate ship, you can more easily fill in your brain focusing on a different thing. It's like misdirection for magicians. You're doing something here, but you don't say, don't look at that. You say, look over here. So for quite a while, that's how I felt about Clash Royale. It's like, no, don't even think about it. It's poison. It's poison in the Kool-Aid. And I would just focus myself on something else. So there you have it. I love video games. Maybe too much sometimes. I almost became a video game developer for my career, actually. But as I laid out, these are all the solutions I've used to quit video game addiction. If it's happening to you, maybe one of these things can help. I'll see you tomorrow for the next life lesson because I'm publishing one of these every day for 30 days in a row. Hasta la pasta.